Hello, so this video will be covering the topic of inequality. So this is my third video of the day. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I think this video is going to be a very quick one. Okay, um, with what you guys are being taught in school, right? When arrive at this thing, okay, just substitute value and then see whether is it positive or negative. Okay, so it will be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay, so I want to bring what you are being taught in school, right, is to substitute say 4.01, 3.99, etc. Right? Okay, so I want to share this new idea that also I chance of only I think only this year. Yeah, that's why like there is a lot of different possibility of different perspectives. And I really want you guys to tap into your inner creativity and come up with something of your own. Okay? When you come up with something of your own, don't forget to leave a comment and share with me how you see certain, how your perspective of certain topic. Okay? So, how I see this, right, is look at all these factor. Okay, they are something minus the root. Okay, so let's say any value here. Okay, minus away this value, minus away this value, minus away this value, minus away this value, right? Would be right minus left, right minus left, right minus left, right minus left. Okay, as a result, okay, right minus left is gonna be big minus small. Okay, so all of them, right, is gonna be positive. Okay, the first one minus away 4, then something. It's very difficult for me to explain. I hope that you can see the cursor. Okay, around here, any value here minus away 4, any value here minus away 3, any value here minus away 2, any value here minus away 1. Okay, all of them, right, is gonna give you positive values. Okay, so over here you got 3 positive values. Okay, so multiplication of 3 positive values, right, or division, okay, is going to give you positive values. Okay, now after that, something here minus away this, right? Okay, so it's small minus big. Okay, so it's going to give you negative. The rest of it, right, is still big minus small, big minus small, right minus left, right minus left. Okay, so the rest of it is gonna give you positive, positive, positive. Okay, that's why over here, right, 3 positive, 1 negative, right, is going to give you negative. Okay, then this case is negative. Okay, because some because something around here minus something big, then minus something big. Okay, minus 4 minus 3. Okay, so small minus big, negative, negative. Okay, then big minus small, positive, positive. Okay, that's why overall it's going to give you positive. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so you can roughly see that every time that's why when it's non-repeated factor, right, it will alternate. Okay, because you have like this set of factor, right? Okay, every time you cross, right, then the one of it will pop, become negative. That's why the whole sign change. One of it will pop, become negative, then the whole sign change. Okay, that's the meaning. That's the reason of why is it alternating the sign. Okay, whereas when you suddenly got a square, okay, sometimes instead of just pop pop one negative, right? Sometimes we'll like that, then pop two negative. Yeah, that's why the sign doesn't alternate anymore. Okay, so for example, pop, okay, overall is initially positive, then cross over this point, then overall negative. Okay, because then the next one, right, because it's square, okay, then you suddenly become pop these two, right? So three negative, one positive. So it is still a negative. Like that, negative, like that, negative. Okay, so yeah, okay. So that's the core concept of inequality lah. Okay, it's really to make use of this idea. Okay, that's why, right, your inequality, right, you realize that your the value on the right hand side must always be 0. Okay, it cannot be 1. Okay, let's say if you are given something like this, right? Okay, so there isn't anything you can do to like capture this kind of relationship, the positive, negative thing. Okay, so you can't. Okay, like okay, you can, but what is it gonna say about, is it more than one and less than one? Yeah. Okay, that's why we must because you will only know overall is positive or negative when you start doing the roots, etc. lah. Okay, so like, so it doesn't really satisfy like this criteria of more than one, less than one, because overall you only know more than 0, less than 0. Okay, so the right hand side must always be made into 0. Okay, that's why in this case, right, we will need to okay, we will need to do this whole thing, minus 1 more than 0, then simplify, then make it into factors. Okay, it's always factors, and our right hand side 0 lah. Okay. Okay, so for example, we have this case, right? Okay, so the thing to do here, right, is to do this. Make it into a common denominator. Okay, and then after that, draw your number line. Okay, which is -1, -2, okay, positive, negative, positive. Okay, that's why your answer should be x is more than -1 or x is less than -2. Okay, so if you realize, right, something that is a bit different from last lesson. Okay, last lesson last lesson we are talking about standard graph. Okay, given this expression, okay, we want to try to make it into the long division form. Okay, because this will capture the characteristic of a symptom. Okay, but then in this topic, right, given this kind of equation, right, we want to make it into factor as much as possible. Okay, so which will be like that, because we want to do the popping thing. Yeah, the number 9, then suddenly something become positive, something become negative, etc. Okay. Yeah. So other scenario, right, that is your b square minus 4ac kind of thing. Okay, which is, for example, I don't know, maybe like, oh wait. Okay, so like if given this kind of scenario, right, x squared minus 4x plus 2, okay, x squared minus 6x plus 5. Okay, given this kind of scenario, right, your objective, right, is always make it into factorized form, if possible. Okay, because we want to do that popping thing. Okay, so x, sorry, here plus 4. Okay, x minus 2, x minus 2, then x minus 5, x minus 1. Okay, so over here, what happened, right, is that 5 to 1. Okay, over here, what happened is, okay, initially on the right side, right, everything is going to be positive. Okay, now after that, when we cross over, only one of them turn into negative. Okay, the rest of the tree is still positive. That's why here become negative. Suddenly, right, when you cross over, right, another two more become negative. Okay, so you got 3 negative, 1 positive. Okay, so it's still like this. After that, this the last one become a negative, so 4 negative. Okay, so become positive. Okay, so yeah, these are whenever you given a certain kind of expression, right, try to make it into factorize it as much as possible. Okay, of course there are scenario, right, that you can't do anything. Okay, which is this case, your say 9x squared, okay, plus x plus 1. Okay, which your b squared minus 4ac is uh, less than 0. Okay. Okay, so this kind of scenario is a bit different. Okay, there's things that discriminate less than 0. There's things that discriminate more than 0, but you cannot use the traditional method. Okay, so for example, um, yeah, for example, this one. Okay, so it does have a root. Okay, but then you cannot factorize it. Okay, so let's talk about both of them. Okay, the top part, right? Okay, because b squared minus 4ac is 1 squared minus 4ac, right? So equals to negative 35. So it's a less than 0. So we will so cannot factorize. Okay, so if cannot factorize, then we will say that this graph, just the top one, 9x squared plus x plus 1, no real roots. Okay, and because the coefficient here is positive, right? Okay, this graph, right, is more than 0 for all values of x. Okay, means whether is it 1 million or negative 1 million or anything in between that. Okay, the resultant y value, right? Okay, is going to be a positive. Okay, so this thing is always positive. So to satisfy this whole equation, right, you just need to make sure that this x minus 1 and x minus 2 is positive and you are good. Okay, so here, 1, 2, positive, positive. Okay, so x is more than 2 or x is less than 1. Okay, so this part done. Okay, now talk about this. Note that this b squared minus 4ac is definitely more than 0. Okay, so you need to do find the root first. Okay, So negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, note that I am just calculating the roots for the top one. It's not for the numerator. Okay, so 16 to the power of 2 minus 4. So it's equals to minus 8 plus minus square root 252 divided by 2. Okay, so square root 252 is 4 times 63. Okay, so take out the 4, become a 2, 2 divided by 2, then 2 divided by 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so over here your roots will be like this, 2, 1. Okay, so do know that you need to know the numerical value of this number. Okay, so over here is negative 0.06. So minus 8 plus square root 63. So obviously, if it's minus 8 minus square root 63, should be even smaller. Okay, so over here is plus, minus, plus, minus. Okay, so your answer will be x is more than 2, x is between 1 to negative 8 plus square root 63, and x is less than square root 63. Sorry, minus 8. Minus 8 minus square root 63. Okay, so yeah, do know that, right? Just now the thing I taught you, right, is strictly for x minus something. Okay, so let's say it's 5 minus x, then you need to be more careful, or you need to manipulate a bit, or you need to be more careful with how you see certain things. Okay, for example, like this, right? Okay, same old thing, the roots is the roots. Okay, 5, 2, 1. Okay, so like a value here is no longer right minus left. Okay, is one of it is okay, 5 minus x. Okay, so small minus big. Okay, and so just now it's always like that minus like that. Sometimes it can be like that minus like that. Okay, so you need to be sensitive to that. Okay, then after that, a number here minus 1, so it's right minus left. Okay, so it's positive, positive. Okay, so you can play around with that, and with that, I will conclude the chapter on inequality. Okay, I believe that there is some other things, but I feel that it is more worth discussing now. Okay, again, I don't script the content that I create. Okay, I just do it on the go with what I think is insightful for the cognitive development of individuals. Okay, instead of trying to cover everything. Okay, because I believe that is already done in school, and I'm just trying to push for alternative way and expanding your consciousness. To stimulate your cognitive development. Okay, so that's all for your inequality. It's a short video, but I hope that you gain a lot from it. And that's all for today. Okay, bye bye.